I recently came to the realization that I will never have to work a 9 to 5 job again. And that feeling is true freedom. And the good news is you can also have the same exact feeling. You can also be in the same exact situation if you just follow what I'm going to say in this video. It's really actually not that difficult and you're not that far away from it. You just have to actually execute like you really want it. Because most people say that they want financial freedom. If you ask anybody on earth, they'll say, yeah, of course I want it. And they don't actually do anything on a day-to-day basis that proves to themselves that they actually want it. But I'm going to break it down exactly what I mean in this video of why I will never work a 9 to 5 job again from the YouTube platform. And if you know me, you know I'm a very superstitious person. I don't like to make blanket statements like that because I always think when I say things like that, I'm going to get humbled by the universe really quickly. But I genuinely believe that so much that I am willing to make that statement. And a lot of people, you think I'm capping, you think I'm lying. People are just obsessed with they would love to just, they would so much rather use the most mental gymnastics way of thinking to convince themselves that I'm lying rather than just accept the fact that maybe you're underachieving a little bit. In comparison to your potential, you're probably underachieving right now. And you don't need to mental gymnastics your way out of thinking that way into thinking, oh, this Justin guy's just lying. Let me leave a hate comment. I got so many comments on a couple of videos ago that was saying that this right here, people were saying that this is Argentina. I was changing the currency to Argentina so that the numbers look inflated. Guys, number one, you can just look at the view count, 45 million views, long form views. It equates to 143K. It normally even equates to more because this channel has pretty low RPM. But let's just do something really quick so you can see that I'm not lying. Like, let's go change it to Argentina numbers and see what happens. Argentine peso. $133 million. Like, guys, if I was doing that, you'd obviously be able to know. Okay? Like, it's not even close, but whatever. I just wanted to address that really quick. Let's get back to the topic at hand here. So how you can also get to the point where you'll never have to work another 9 to 5. With these people who are always like, oh man, I'm so scared of get rich quick schemes. Justin, are you selling a get rich quick scheme? Get rich quick scheme, get rich quick scheme. They're so scared of that word, that phrase. Like they think it's like this evil thing. The reality is though, you don't have time to get rich slow. You got to get rich quick. But what get rich quick schemes, what they're actually talking about that they're actually afraid of, and they should be afraid of, is stuff like trying to catch crypto pumps or winning the lottery, gambling and getting lucky on sports betting, some stuff like that. That is the get rich quick schemes that you should actually look out for. Because even if it does work the first time, if you go broke after catching a crypto pump, you don't have any skills. You still don't have any skills to be able to do it again. What I'm getting at here is that this YouTube thing, it's a skill and it's one of, if not the most valuable skill that you can have in 2025 and beyond. Being able to grow YouTube channels at will is not just extremely valuable so you can make money from AdSense and collect brand deals and stuff like that. It's also extremely valuable to literally every single business in the world. If you go, like, let's say that you don't want to do the YouTube, you don't want to continue to try to go viral over and over again, even though it's become easy to you. Maybe you get bored of it or whatever. You can then go to local businesses, online businesses, whatever, and offer your services with a stack of proof saying, look, I grew this channel to 100,000 subscribers. I grew this channel to 350K subscribers and 30K a month. I would like to do the same thing for you for a monthly fee. You're never going to be broke if you learn the skill of growing organically on the YouTube platform. You're never going to be broke. But there's still one missing puzzle piece, okay? If you don't know my story, I'll just give you a quick Cliff Notes version. I was working a fire extinguisher technician job. I was absolutely miserable. I was working in a place and I was in a place that I swore to myself I would never end up. The exact place. I was working in this warehouse and just surrounded by 40, 50-year-old men who the peak of their day, the best part of their existence was the 15-minute cigarette breaks that we got twice a day so we could talk shit about our bosses. That was the peak of their day. And I was just looking around like, dude, I am surprised. Actually, I am not surprised at all at how high the suicide rate is for men. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I'm not trying to make light of it at all. I was genuinely having that thought. Not that I wanted to do it, but just looking around like, it makes sense now. It all makes sense. If this is where your peak is, the 15-minute cigarette breaks every day, it makes sense. Why would anyone want to live that life? Nobody does. You just settle and you convince yourself that you're okay with it, but you're actually not. And so anyway, I was there, and then I ended up growing a YouTube channel while I was working a job to the point where it was making 10 to 15K a month. I ended up quitting the job, and then out of nowhere, the channel got banned. And that was my only channel at the time. I didn't have any automation channels. I didn't have any secondary channels. And that was a crush. It was a crushing feeling. But I'm the type of person to give up. And I understood that I put in so many years of trying to learn this skill of going viral on YouTube. I put so many years into it, and I had finally figured something out. And I knew that even though that channel got ripped away from me, I could do it again. And everybody was texting me and reaching out, and I appreciate all the support, but everybody was talking to me as if I was just done. As if that, like, they were talking to me as if, like, sorry for your loss, like, you're never going to be back. And I was just like, yeah, this sucks, but I'm going to do it again. I'm just going to do it again. And that channel, the channel that I did it again with, I ended up going from 0 to 10,000 subscribers and monetized and making money in 2 weeks. I had a video get over 2 million views in the first 2 weeks of the channel being started. That's actually this Justin Reloaded channel. This one right here. That's this channel. And now I learned my lesson, and now I have multiple channels. I ended up getting that channel that got banned back a whole year later. So I added that one in, and I hired people to run that channel for me, so I don't actually do anything for it anymore. And then I've started channel after channel for myself, and I worked, I started an agency where we work with the top channels in that Justin Reloaded niche and in that other channel's niche that got banned. So now we have like a full-on business going, and that experience, not just going through the 10 years of trial and error and trying to figure this stuff out every single day. I was going to my job, and I was basically neglecting my entire job, just watching videos and consuming books and everything that I could. I didn't know online coaches exist. If I did know that, then I would be way further than I am right now, but I didn't know that was a thing. If it even was a thing back then, I don't know. But I was like 10 years straight of just grinding, man, trying to figure this stuff out. And so not just that is a very important aspect to it. That is part of the puzzle. But the bigger part of the puzzle is getting the channel ripped away and then having to build it back up from scratch, because actually having the skill set, that's only 50%. The other 50%, you have to have the actual resolve to be able to do it again and again. And once you have both of those things, once you have the skill set and it's actually dialed and you can actually do it at will, and then you also have the resolve to where if it all gets ripped away from you, you not only have the skill set to build it back up, but you have the mental resolve to build it back up. That is freedom right there. That's where you're at the point where you're never going to have to work a 9-to-5 job ever again because of the YouTube platform. That's the point. Because having the skill set is one thing, but if you build up the YouTube channel like I did to 10 to 15K a month, and then the YouTube channel gets ripped away for no reason at all, most people do not have the mental resolve to go back in there and start over again. 99% of the population do not have that resolve. You got to be the 1% that does. And that's why going through the fire, that's why going through the struggles and the trials and tribulations of early on YouTube is so important. It's so important to not go viral and just have it super easy whenever you first start, because then you don't build that mental resolve. If everything's just handed to you, you don't build that mental resolve. So you don't have true freedom. You don't know. Like, if I never would have got that channel taken away from me, I would probably always have the thought in the back of my mind, man, if these channels get banned, if something happens, I don't know what I'm going to do. But now I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it again. And I've done it again and again and again at this point. It just gives me this confidence that no matter what, and I'm knock on wood, I don't like saying stuff like this, but it genuinely just gives me this confidence, this feeling that I could just do it again over and over and over again, no matter what happens. And that's true freedom. That's when you get to the point where you can say to yourself, I will never work a 9-to-5 job again. Because a lot of people say that. Anybody can say it. I remember in the car ride with my mom after I actually quit my job. I had this IT job that was handed to me by my dad. Dude, I was on the path to being a loser. I had no idea what I was doing. I quit a job when I had a YouTube channel a long time ago, when that channel made like its first $1,500 month. Then I quit my job. And I remember telling my mom that day, I would never, vividly remember this, I would never work for someone else again. And I ended up definitely going work for someone else again, because anybody can say it. I didn't have the skill set or the mental resolve back then to be able to actually confidently say that. I didn't have that. But you need to not just build the skill set, but it's so important to build the resolve. So whenever you're in the tough times, whenever you're in the dark times, whenever you're building from the ground up and it just seems like, man, nothing's working, you need to appreciate those times, because I know this sounds rich coming from me, right? But those are the times that you're going to look back on whenever you actually make it, and you're going to miss those times. You're going to miss the time that you're in right now. I promise you. I missed the times, not really when my channel got banned. That was a pretty shitty time, but building that first channel up and having the first 5K month, having the first 10K month, having the first 15K month, that was the times when I enjoyed the most, man. That was the best feelings, the highest dopamine hitting feelings. Guys, I made like this week, probably made like 20K or something like that. This month so far, total, I've made like, it sounds nuts, but I made like 88K so far, and it's the 25th. So we still got about a week left. And I don't really feel anything. I'm super grateful. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean to be ungrateful, but the feeling of hitting my first 10K month on that very first channel was better than the feeling right now when I'm like, wow, I might make 100K this month. And it's probably going to feel great, but it will never match that feeling of that first 10K. So you have to enjoy the time that you're in right now. Try to just enjoy it, because you're going to look back fondly on this time. I can promise you, once you do make it, if you don't quit, you're going to look back fondly on this time. Kobe had this quote, and it said, I repeat it to myself all the time: winning will take you to hell, and if you quit, that's where you'll stay. Right now, winning has taken you to hell, and if you quit, you're always going to regret it. You're always going to be in hell. You're always going to think to yourself, man, what if I just didn't give up? What if I just listened to that Justin guy and I just kept going? So you got it. I know I sound like David Goggins right now, but it's just the truth, man. This time right now, not only are you building the skill set that's going to set you free and allow yourself to never work that 9 to 5, but it's also the resolve, the mental resolve that you're gaining from going through this time. That's really almost more important, because you can take that anywhere. It's wild, man. Like, I actually do everything in my life now after being just kind of stuck in this tunnel of like building these online businesses and everything. I'm going back to old hobbies that I used to have. Like, I started fishing again, and going fishing with I'm a just completely different person than the last time I used to fish often. And I go fishing with like a new mindset now, and I'm way better at fishing. It's everything, man. Go and play video games. I go and play video games with a completely new mindset. My mindset is way different now, because I've been through the fire. I've been through all these trials and tribulations. I have this mental resolve now. And you just go and you're able to do everything better. So even if you build up the skill of YouTube, and YouTube sets you free from your 9 to 5, and then eventually you're like, I'm done with this online business thing. I want to get into brick and mortar businesses. I want to go start a car wash business or whatever. Because you built up this mental resolve that you're going through because of the dark times you're going through right now, you're able to take that and carry it over into that space as well. The mental resolve is not, business model specific. The skills are, but the mental resolve is not business model specific. And I was putting together a presentation the other day, which, by the way, I'm doing a free live class on this Thursday. If you guys haven't signed up for that, I will put the link to that in the pinned comment of this video. Make sure you go sign up. There's 100 spots that are going to be completely free. I'm literally going to let you guys in for free, and I'm going to give away every single secret on how you can grow your YouTube channel. But I was putting together the presentation for that, and I was watching back an interview that I did with my guy Chris, who's one of my most successful students ever. And in that video, we were talking about how this is true freedom, because, like I said earlier, even if you decide that you don't want to continue to grow your YouTube channels and you don't want to play that game anymore, even though I don't know why you do that, it's a really fun game to play. I don't think I'll ever stop, but you can go offer that to online businesses. You can offer this service. Guys, there's so many businesses out there that have extremely valuable products that just do not get in front of people. They don't have the eyeballs. If you can offer them the eyeballs, you're going to be paid forever. And also, if you just choose to make AdSense money and not do that, you're also going to be paid forever. But whichever route you decide to go, if you learn this skill of growing on YouTube, you are going to be paid for life. But that's only 50% of the puzzle. The other 50%, you have to go through the dark times. You gotta hit these road bumps, man. I'm not saying you gotta get channels banned and go that far, but you gotta be in the dark times where you're just like, man, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm just gonna keep going. Something that I talked about on the group call this past week for my coaching clients is the path illuminates as you walk it. So many people, they want to sit back and they're like, I want to come up with the perfect YouTube channel idea. I need to come up with the perfect video ideas, the perfect thumbnail template, and then I'm going to get started posting YouTube videos. It's not how it works. You take the action, you walk the path, you start walking, and the path illuminates as you walk the path. The reality is, guys, I don't know what the hell I'm doing going forward from here. Like, I've never made this much money before. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to continue to put my best foot forward, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and the path is going to illuminate as I walk. I'm going to mess up. There's going to be mistakes made. That's good. You get to learn from them. You get to build up that mental resolve. You got to start walking the path, man. Just do whatever you feel is best in this very moment. And even if you make the mistake, it's a good lesson learned, you know? You get to build up that mental resolve. So really just wanted to make this video to say, true freedom is not catching a crypto pump. True freedom is not winning the lottery. True freedom is not, you know, buying Trump coin and making $30,000 off that. True freedom is learning a skill set that will actually pay you forever, like YouTube. And true freedom is building up the mental resolve to be able to do it again from scratch if you have to. Hopefully you never have to. But even if just having that skill set and having that mental resolve, it will bring you so much peace of mind to where you know that you'll never have to go back and work that 9-to-5 job again. For me, it's because of YouTube. And probably if you're watching this video, for you want that to be from YouTube as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, free class coming up this Thursday for 100. The first 100 people get in for absolutely free. After that, I'll have to charge for it. But if you guys want to get in for free, I'm giving you guys first dibs. So go ahead and click the pinned comment in the comments right now if you want to go ahead and sign up for that. I'll see you guys on Thursday, or I'll see you in the next YouTube video.